Boys, episode 44.
Welcome to it.
Welcome. Josh, how you doing?
Doing all right. Robbie, how are you?
Man, I'm doing great. I'm doing real great. Man, it's been a banner week for old Robbie Ray.
Has it?
Yeah, my sister had her first baby.
Yeah, welcome to unclehood.
This is my first nephew. Mm-hmm. I am an uncle for the first time. And so we went on Valentine's Day. It's a Valentine's Day baby.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And we went to the hospital. She had her C-section. She had a C-section at it was like 7:30 in the morning. So we had to be at the hospital like 5:30 a.m. Damn. But then once I got to hold that sweet little burrito, like I've seriously held Chipotle burritos heavier than this baby. It wasn't premature. It was just a small baby. It's a small baby, not a big baby.
Well, babies aren't really that heavy.
There's really not much like difference. There's not a big window of baby weight.
Yeah.
But I held this little baby and oh my God, like I'm not really one to want kids, but after I held this little mass of flesh and heat, like I kind of wanted one. But this is the best of both worlds. My sister and Jake live across the street from me. So it's like I basically get to have a baby and then go home whenever I want.
And just go to bed.
And not hear it cry or shit or whatever babies do.
Until, because now you're right across the street anytime they go on vacation. Now it's like, you guys want to watch the kids?
I never go out anyways, though. So I told him, I was like, man, I will babysit, kind of maybe rub off on Erica a little bit.
Have you ever changed a dirty diaper or anything like that?
I've never wiped an ass. I'm just so glad he has balls. Big ones. He does have huge nuts. You saw his nuts.
Yeah, you showed me the picture.
Saw these baby balls.
I saw the baby nuts.
This baby had the biggest balls I've ever seen. So I knew we were related because I've got big nuts. Anyways, okay, before we get to our show, episode 44 of Boys, some quick business. And I'm just gonna belt this out, Josh.
Just go through it. Just do it.
I'm going to do my thing.
You do your thing.
Okay, first of all.
Facebook.com.
See, you've already fucked it up. Okay.
Boyspodcast.com, all things boys.
Yes. The portal for all things boys.
That is the portal. That is true.
And if you listen to this and you subscribe, all that good stuff, I just want to say thank you so much from the bottom of my little heart, which is a little bit bigger now that there's a baby in my life.
Like the Grinch.
Sweet baby. My heart's as big as that baby's balls. It grew 3 sizes that day.
So do those balls.
So, literally, like into this world, and here they are.
Here they are.
Oh, man. Okay, enough about that baby's balls. It's probably weird.
Enough about infant nuts.
Yeah, we'll get back to that later.
We will get into that later.
So if you listen to this show and you haven't turned this episode off yet, thank you so much. Seriously, it means the world to us. Josh and I, we've come from a background of playing in bands.
Right.
We've done podcasts in the past.
Right.
Just listening to this is like coming to see our bands play back in the day, or even you now.
Yeah.
It's like, it means so much. This is our show. We're putting on a show for you guys. So if you're listening and you subscribe and you like on Facebook
Review
and Instagram,
it and all that shit,
thank you
Sharing
so much.
it,
Every little share. It might not sound like much, but every like and every share just makes my head a little bigger, like those baby's balls. I just can't get my brain off baby balls, dude.
Yeah, well, neither could a few other people.
I know. We'll get to that if you know what I mean. Also, we're on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, SoundCloud.
Anywhere you get your pods.
Absolutely. So you can listen to us there anywhere. The easiest way is to use iTunes or whatever podcatcher that you use. We're all there. Just Google Boys Podcast and you'll find us somewhere. Lastly, thank you so much to Patrick at the Lost Ogle and the Paramount building for letting us broadcast here.
Definitely. And also,
wonderful facility.
Anthem Brewing, anthembrewing.com.
Yes, keeping us hydrated, keeping us funny.
Maybe keeping us hydrated.
Well, what it does is it keeps you hydrated, then you get funny, or so you think, and then it just falls apart.
And then it just all falls apart.
So if you want
Anthem Brewing, it all falls apart.
Anthem Brewing, if you want it all to fall apart.
There you go.
And last but not least, we do have a golden, wonderful button on boyspodcast.com.
We sure do.
It's a donate button. Takes you to PayPal. Throw us a few bucks. We've had some really, really, really nice donations lately.
Very generous donations, yes.
A few very generous
donations.
When I saw the donation, I was just like, holy shit, we're doing something right. So
apparently.
You know who you are. Thank you. If you haven't donated and you feel like it, please do. If you don't, just listen. Or another really, really important thing you could do is just tell a friend. That's really the big deal. And I think that's really the way this podcast is starting to grow and continuing to grow is word of mouth.
Yeah.
You know, people hide shit on social media. You don't look at it for a while. You might miss something.
Right.
But if you tell a friend you like this episode, if you hear somebody you know or you like or you think is interesting, or if there's somebody you might want to hear on the show and you know us personally or just through the show.
You can shoot us an email at boyspodcast@aol.com, or you can just direct message us on Facebook or Instagram. I guess we can check both of those things.
Well, we do it all, and we have nothing better to do. So we'll try to sift through those thousands of emails and get back to you as soon as possible. And without further ado, episode 44, Joey Powell. Hi, Joey.
Hi, guys.
How's it going?
Oh, I'm hanging with the boys.
You are here,
Joey.
We had a fun little juggling act today, and now you're
balls.
here.
Juggling balls.
Baby balls.
Baby balls.
Yeah. And, all right. I'm just gonna start.
Hey.
I'm gonna start. Okay, I'm gonna put a little tick mark for that. Okay, how many times do we say child genitalia on this show?
Well, that's gonna get. We'll get
There we go.
That's like 5. So
We'll get there.
I'm getting there.
So, what you been up to, Joey?
Man, I've been working my ass off trying to get this awesome bar open.
What bar?
It's called the Bunker Club.
All right.
It's literally 3 doors down from 3 doors down.
Great band, man. That band rules. Speaking of metal dudes, what?
I'll be your Superman.
You guys gonna play some 3 Doors Down?
Always.
Just
That's all I'm playing.
They're gonna get a 5-disc changer, and with only the 3 Doors Down CDs, and just
Are there 3? I'm such a bad fan.
I would assume.
Well, there's 3.
Two and a greatest hits.
There's 3, an EP, and a greatest hits.
and the
There's
greatest hits is Superman.
The
like-
20th Century Masters.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
like,
yeah. That. Do they still do those?
Oh, yeah.
Those were awesome.
A 20th Century Master, 3 Doors Down, and it's just like 2 songs. Okay, name a song other than Superman.
That's the only one I know of.
That's the only one I know of.
There's not. Wait, hold on. Is there another 3 Doors Down song?
You know what? You guys go ahead and talk about yourselves. I'm going to Google that.
All right.
Just because I didn't know.
Yeah, it's there, and
Where is the Bunker Club?
so it is in the old CC's Wigs location. It's got the green glass. God, Haley and Ian are gonna kill me for screwing this up. Viscolite tile, like
okay.
it's just this old glass tile that they have stopped making like 50 years ago.
And
But
this is just a hop, skip, and a jump from the Tower Theater.
yeah, I mean, literally, it's like right next door.
Literally a hop,
Like,
a skip, and a jump.
Thanks, Anthem.
Yeah, Haley,
Making me speak.
Haley, Ian, we're sorry, but we're getting the plug in there. Most importantly,
Yeah,
So you guys are working on like building it right now, like getting it ready.
So the JB show is this Saturday, February 18th at the Tower. It's the Tower Grand Opening.
This is coming out after that. It really is. I'm just going to stop you there. The Bunker Club is now open. That JB show was the shit.
No. We're not open yet. We're not open yet. But we will have.
Will you be open in 2 weeks?
Yes.
Then you're open.
Yeah.
Ish.
Well, ish.
Soft
We'll
opening.
See.
Soft
we'll
opening.
see.
Okay. Just email Joey at I'm not sure what I'm
not
talking
sure
about at gmail.com.
Why did they invite me to the show.com?
Oh, got awkward. Hey, by the way, 3 Doors Down had a song called "Here Without You."
Don't know it.
Here without you, baby. That one.
But
And then-
you're always on my
They're called.
On my run?
They're considered post grunge, which if that's a thing. And then another song called "When I'm Gone." So they have 3 hits.
All right.
Well, 3 somewhat hits. So now you know, and knowing's half the battle.
All right.
And those 3 songs will be on repeat.
over
and over.
So don't come to Bunker Club unless you're a huge 3 Doors Down.
Yeah. It's actually the only 3 Doors Down themed bar in the Midwest.
The only 3 Doors Down themed bar anywhere.
No, our theme is awesome. Our theme is
It is way awesome.
It's like post World War II atomic era, like Cold War communism.
That's when all those dudes were born. So good job. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like it's just all tying in.
Yeah.
It's all tying in.
So when do you think it will be open?
Open, tentatively early March.
Okay. Good.
So
Awesome. So if you're listening to this, like fresh out of the kitchen,
fresh off the kitchen.
You know that old saying, fresh off the kitchen.
yeah. If you're listening to this fresh off the kitchen, get ready to go to the Bunker Club.
Actually, if you guys want to go like us on Facebook, just look up Bunker Club OKC. Same thing with Instagram. You can keep up with that, and you will have a definite date.
There you go.
Open.
Locking it down.
Instead of listening to my dumb ass.
And it's also bunkerclubokc.com.
.com.
I swung by. Site's under construction, much like the bar. Did you do that on purpose?
We did.
Okay. I'm just making
we
sure.
did.
All right. Well,
You gotta tease it a little.
You can't release the dogs before the sled.
Right,
That's right. That's right.
Wait, you're supposed to release the dogs before the sled.
No.
I always release them after, and like,
Then you'd be like, what?
I saw Snow Dogs. It's a great
wait a
movie.
second.
I have the dogs push the sled like a Jamaican bobsled team.
Okay, yeah.
And then they jump in with me.
That's a way of doing it.
There's little red dog dicks everywhere. It's a great time.
Little dicks.
Oh, Christmas tree lights.
Oh, wow.
everywhere.
I never thought about that. I always hear lipstick.
Lipstick.
Or
It
The
does look
rocket.
like a Christmas tree light. It really does. It's got the little,
it does exactly.
I
Like
spent a lot of time looking at dog penises.
it looks more like a Christmas tree light than an actual tube of lipstick. Because a tube of lipstick's like got an indention on one
Weird little thing
side.
on it.
No, these have like a little whoop with a little boop on the end. You know,
like a jalapeno.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So good things happening. Working on that
Absolutely.
hard.
Working on that. But yeah, if you swing by the tower for the JB show, we'll have everything pulled off the windows. You can actually get a look inside. We can't let you inside, but obviously, but you can look at it.
Cool. And this is owned by Ian and Haley,
Absolutely. Who own the pump?
Yeah, which is a pretty cool spot in Oklahoma City.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
That patio is amazing.
Now, are you going to be working at Bunker only when it opens, or are you
Only.
going back and forth? Or
No, I will be the general manager of the bunker.
I believe they call that a GM.
A GM.
Damn.
Yeah.
See, here's the crazy thing. This is I've been technically working at the pump since it opened. Like I helped them build that, like did random things here and there, and then about a year ago, they dropped the knowledge that they wanted me to be the GM there. You know, my wife Megan is a bartender at the pump, and I'd spent a lot of time up there.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had a service industry job before.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I started really doing that about a year ago, and like learning the
Trial
ins and
by
outs
fire
of
kind of thing. Yeah,
no,
yeah.
seriously,
And it's definitely
it's crazy.
Yeah, that's not a place I would want to start being in the industry because that place is busy as shit.
Especially during the summer, it's fucking bonkers.
Yeah.
Like, and especially now that like the weather is getting crazy in February,
Right.
We're just like, oh yeah.
Yeah, like you're probably not staffed for it. Like,
We are now.
no, yeah.
Did that happen pretty quick? Like, okay, we got to get our shit together.
Cool. Come on. Let's do this.
Yeah, we need more.
It's funny you bring that up, the service industry, because I've only had like one or two jobs and it's been many years. And like, man, like I came to a point in my life where I just realized I don't have it in me.
Yeah.
And you do. I can say that you do, but I do not. It's funny because when I met you, you were working at a guitar store.
Right.
And you know, that's service of a different kind.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a interesting.
Well, those jobs really aren't really service, but you're standing behind a counter.
You're servicing people.
Maybe.
I mean,
Wait a minute.
I mean,
More or
we've all
less.
done our fair
let's
share
say,
of that.
if you want to
so-
get this at cost, it's gonna cost you.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because we always go back on this show. We go back to, adolescence or 10 years ago or 5 years ago or whatever. And I remember going into your old store, the old music store in Norman, and seeing guitars on the wall and meeting you and just thinking you were like the coolest dude.
Oh my
and
God,
kind of
how
developing
wrong
like
you
a
were.
man crush on you. Like, that's Joey from the guitar store. He remembered my name. He's cool.
Robbie, you sweet sack of shit.
I know. And I'd go in there and just to say
Can
hi.
we say the name of this store, or is it?
Yeah, it's Norman Music Center.
Norman, yeah.
They're
And
wonderful folk.
There's also
the only Orange County drum company vendor
Retailer?
in the state.
What? See, I didn't know that.
and you worked there
And
for
I worked
years.
there for years.
You plucked a guitar for me once.
man,
That Gibson
pluck
Les
you.
Paul with the Bigsby, and I remember
Bigs.
another certain guitar, the Purple Sparkle J Mascus,
Oh my God.
that you were gonna like make me the most killer
Oh my
deal
God.
on. And do you know how much those go for now online? Like ridiculous amounts.
Yeah, I know. I kick myself every day for not buying that thing.
I don't want to name an exact price, but you were gonna give me a sweet
It was a
deal.
sweet fucking
like,
deal.
Like a, dare I say, a sweetheart deal?
Yeah, it was a sweetheart
It
deal. 'cause
was.
you're
Would it have been a
sweetheart.
flip of the century kind of a
I
deal?
wouldn't have flipped it.
No, but I'm saying if you were
Oh,
to, it would have been a flip of the
yeah.
century.
Yeah.
That's how
Oh,
good
yeah.
it
I
is.
mean,
was-
this is
stupid.
This is well below what they go for used now. And I'm talking used and abused.
You know who bought that?
Who?
Brian Stansberry.
Really?
Hi, Brian.
Nice guitar, Brian.
Brian.
I remember going in there and playing that guitar, taking it in the little amp room, and just falling in love with it because
no.
I always wanted a Jazz Master, and that was the Jazz
And
Master.
it's J Mascus.
And my favorite
Like,
color is purple. So it was like, I need this guitar. But back then I was broke. So even the sweetheart deal was like a little out of grasp.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
I gotta eat.
And
It's
man,
like, I think new those things were like $8.99, and like even that was like, holy shit, like that's such an awesome price
made
for
in
what
Japan.
you get. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
Like a sweet
crazy.
guitar. And yeah, I kicked myself for not getting that.
And on that same tip, like I've got one of those Squire J
So
Mascis
good.
ones, and it's the best guitar I've ever played.
Dude, those Squire J Mascis, the cream with the
Oh,
gold
yeah,
anodized
those are-
pick guard, those guitars are a phenomenal guitar. Dare I say, not even for the money.
No,
Just a phenomenal guitar.
phenomenal guitar.
The unfinished neck feels so good on those.
Because the money's not even, I mean, they're not cheap for a Squire guitar.
I think they're like
That
400 street.
It's like
right?
450.
450, okay.
Yeah, that is the most expensive Squire you can buy.
Yeah, because it's worth it.
Yeah, like I'm like the biggest Dino Jr. and just J Mascis in general,
Yeah.
man. And my wife bought that for me for our first anniversary.
Would you call that a sweetheart
And
deal?
I would call that like the
That's a
most
literal sweetheart deal.
Yeah.
You know?
It's so much fun.
That's a great gift.
Right?
I'm just going to write this down. I will never get a guitar for my wife. God bless her soul. I love her to death, but I will not get a guitar. No, she'll buy me shoes, which is cool because I don't really like spending money on shit like that. But she'll like actually my birthday is in 3 days.
Yep.
Actually,
Oh,
yeah, my birthday is
shit.
this Sunday. And she got me a really cool pair of shoes online, which I wouldn't have bought myself.
Nice.
Now a guitar I would buy myself.
Totally.
And she's always like, I'm not going to buy you a guitar. I'm not buying you anything with chords. Because there are just chords. Like my house looks like
everywhere.
like a black spaghetti factory. There's just chords everywhere.
Like licorice whips just everywhere.
Licorice
I've got
factory.
patch cables everywhere, like bedside table, like everywhere.
I got that, and then I found a guitar pick just in my yard the other day.
You're just tossing them
No,
out.
I'm taking the dogs out, and like I looked down, I'm like, what the fuck? Where did that come from? And then they're everywhere. They're one of those things that are just everywhere.
Yeah, I've got a lot of cables. If I could stack up like the 6-inch to foot-long patch cables, I probably have like 200 in my house because you buy them or I like to make them.
Yeah.
Like I'll buy
Yeah.
the parts and I'll get like an old guitar cable that's shit out and I'll cut it up and I'll make
just cut
patch
it down.
cables out of it. Like I'll buy like the pancake jacks, you know, offline for cheap. So I'll make like 20 at a time and they break because I'm shitty at soldering. And then I have a stack of broken ones. Like I'm gonna fix those.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix those.
Sure, because like, are you going to do something with those? And you're like, yeah, I'm going to fix them. I'm going to fix them.
I just have a feeling she's just like throwing them away slowly. Like every time she goes down to the office, she just like grabs a handful, puts them in her pocket. Yeah, just right in the trash. Yeah. Just like I do when she gets like a credit card offer in the mail. I'm like, she ain't getting that. Rip, rip, rip. Wait, is that illegal?
Whoa, shh.
Now, my wife gets those in the mail all the time. I do too, but hers far more than I do. And every time she goes, God damn it, what are you trying to do? She doesn't want to get them.
Yep.
Because she knows she will. She'll open it up, so she gives it to me, and I just throw it in the trash.
Yeah.
Because if she opens it, she's going to go, well, I mean, 0% interest for 6 months sounds pretty good.
We do need a new TV for the bedroom.
But their card's not for like Visas or MasterCards. It's for like REI or like one of those like outdoor
Yeah.
stores.
Patagonia.
I'm just
Bass
going to
Pro
spend.
Shop.
Yeah, I'm going to spend thousands of dollars at REI.
I really need a new. I need a new fish tracker. Is what I need. I'm just going to mount it to the hood of my car.
Just right
Well,
there.
I really just need a bass boat. You know? For all that bass fishing that I do.
Yeah.
My rod's all out of whack.
Well, we are getting older.
Gotta get it.
Isn't adulthood fun?
Speaking of going back to the music store thing, did you see the
Jesus.
big story in the news this week?
Uh-oh.
I know you're into gear. I know you're you're a fellow pedalman.
Man.
You're a guitar
too
man.
much.
You're a bit of a synthman. You're a bit of a
just a
gearman.
bit.
Yeah, just a little. You dabble.
Yeah.
So it's no secret that I live in Bethany, Oklahoma, and
Been to your house.
you've been to my house a couple
to your
times.
You say that like it's like a crime to live in Bethany, although what news is about to be said. Yeah.
So did you ever? Again, this has come out a little after the fact. So apologies if this is old news.
Yeah.
But there was a little sting operation apparently at a music store in Bethany.
Dude, I just read about this. I've only been in that place once.
Oh.
And when I walked in, they were already talking about how Hillary was the devil.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean,
InfoWars playing loudly.
totally.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Dude, Alex
blaring,
Jones,
blaring.
like,
Yeah.
oh my God. Like, I walked around, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'm not spending money here.
Yeah.
You're
And
looking like, you're like, oh, I'm just shopping around. So anyways, the reptilian shapeshifter is going to take over this country. Hillary Clinton, I'm telling you.
Dude,
Hillary for prison.
No shit.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
a dude was like almost talking that and like talking about how he's been like shoving money in a mattress for like when she wins.
Well, that's not all he was
would've
shoving
won
in a
to-
mattress.
Oh.
Yeah. Little boys' hands.
Oh no!
Well, they were girls. They were girls.
Who knows? It could have been who knows what it was.
So I go way back with this establishment. I was in a band with some friends. I mean, God, this was like 12, 14 years ago. We practiced right around the corner from that
shit.
shop. And I have known him, David. We'll just call him David.
Just David.
Well, let's just call him David.
David.
I've known.
Hey, let's call a pedophile a pedophile. His name is David.
David.
David's Music Plus. Let's just put that out there. Yeah.
Let's just say that maybe the name of the
news, it's
story.
fine.
Yeah. So yeah, this is public domain.
public knowledge.
Yeah. So
Everybody knows.
I have went to his store, man, for like 15 years.
Oh shit.
And I have bought and sold several things to that guy and from that guy. And I've always thought like, man, this guy's a fucking weirdo. Like he was always friendly to me, always cordial, but very wiry, dare I say a little methy?
Yeah. He
We
definitely.
assumed it was drugs. Like the dude was either dealing drugs or dealing with drugs.
Yeah,
in
like
some
he
manner.
had to have been.
Yeah.
Like he obviously was not spending money on that shop.
No.
Because that shop was in complete like.
And he lived there.
Oh
Yes,
shit.
he lives there.
Behind the counter, there was a mattress
Well,
and
he
like
lived there. Now he lives.
He
in
lives.
jail.
Yes, he lives with Bubba in cell block C. So I would go in there and living there now with him. No, living in Bethany now.
Robbie.
I would go by there like every once in a while. Just pop in for a second, and he had the weirdest setup. He would.
Yeah.
He passed me another Anthem. Thank you, Anthem.
Thank you, Anthem.
He had like you walk in and to the left there's the counter there that wrapped around, and he had this huge big screen TV like kind of right by the register. So he'd sit at the
wanna know what's on
register,
it.
like info. He would like Chromecast YouTube to it.
News.
Fox
Yeah.
News, InfoWars, whatever. And anytime you go in there, he'd like turn it down. Well, then after he knew you a little bit, he wouldn't turn it down anymore.
He'd be like, "Fuck it, man."
Yeah, so I'm like,
This guy's one of us.
yeah,
He's
No,
still,
I
he's
am
still
not.
coming back. No.
no, like I'm just here for the squires. Okay. No, but I'd go in, look at the pedals, kind of peter around a little bit. And he would always be real weird to me. And man, I got some stories about this dude. Like one time I went in there, so they were closed on Sundays, but like every once in a while he'd be there on Sunday and like
If the lights were on, he was open, kind of thing.
Exactly. I went in one Sunday morning and the dude had like 20 guns on the counter.
Holy shit.
And I'm talking like big guns, not just little pistols or hunting rifles.
Yeah, but like
Automatic
big, like
weapons,
fuck off
yeah.
guns.
Yeah, like terrorist guns.
Terrorist guns.
Yeah.
And he hates the terrorists.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's why I have them.
Hey, you can't beat them, fuck them, right?
If they're
Is that a child abuse joke?
well, they're apparently
Anyways,
between the ages of 1 and 12.
anyways, so I go in there and he's like, "Yeah, man, I'll make a deal on any of these." And I was like, "What? You're trying to sell me a fucking machine gun?" I was just wanting that super overdrive,
Hey.
man, for $20.
Yeah,
Whatever.
come on, man.
Yeah.
So that's
Are you
one
serious?
story. Another
Does
story.
it plug in? I mean,
Is it a guitar?
Can I?
One of the guys that I was in a band with was a bit of a klepto. And this is a long time ago. And he tried to steal
Oh,
a
shit.
pedal from David. And David pulled a gun on him and like shoved the barrel of the gun into his chest and was like, "Drop the fucking pedal right now and never come back."
Oh,
and like
my
had his
God.
finger on the trigger. Yeah. So the guy was fucked up. So turns out, yeah, in the news last week, it comes out. Shout out to Austin Tackett, sent me this link via Facebook
Austin.
Messenger.
Love you, buddy.
Always the bearer of good news. He was like, "Dude, link. That's all. Like, no." And of course, the link, like the spoiler was in the link.
Yeah.
The link, it was like http:/kfor.com, blah, 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 / Bethany Music Store owner arrested for child pornography.
Yeah.
And I was
And
like,
there's only the one.
Gee, I know who that could,
I was
who could
like,
that be?
Who could that be?
I was like, do I even need to read this? It's it's on the table.
It's
Yeah.
cut and dry.
And then you
like,
click on it, and then this picture pops up. And you go, yeah, well.
Oh, well, there's
And
a-
the thing
there's
is
a guy.
like, dude, his mug, his big.
Oh my God,
He
that-
looked just, I mean, he was always a weird looking dude.
Yeah.
But this was like next level. Like he looked like he just got punched in the stomach. And he's just like, I mean, I have no pity for the guy. Fuck him.
No.
He's going to get fucked in jail.
Yeah.
That's great.
Shit.
But it's just like, wow. One of the thoughts that went through my head, and again, this is not to be an apologist of any sort. I'm glad he's getting what he deserves. I'm glad he's brought to justice. Amen. All that good
That was
stuff.
a high five sound.
Yeah, it was.
I'm like, where are those Jay Tercer, Jay Reynolds, Salmon guitars going to go?
What's going to happen to all the? I mean,
What's
would
gonna
you
happen?
want to own like any of the gear that like came from there? Like
he did have a really cool Rickenbacker bass. He had a badass Les
shit,
Paul
he
in
did.
there. He had all that shit on the back wall. That was cool.
Man, those are like blood guitars, though. You know, like
Yeah.
that's one thing. Like you look over at, and like
yeah.
you're always gonna like remember where that came from and go, "Yeah, I should have known that."
No.
Where did the money that he got?
Oh,
I don't know, but yeah. So he went to jail for I guess owning and distributing child pornography, and I guess it was an ongoing investigation that started back in December.
that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude. And I always knew, man. Like, here's the other thing. This is really weird, man. Like, so one time I went in there and he was playing like this like YouTube video, and it was. And I know this probably isn't the politically correct term, but I'm just going to call it as I see it. It was like Thai ladyboys. Like street walking, clearly transsexual.
Yeah.
Like we still have our parts, but in clothes we look like women,
Yeah.
and guys come from all over the globe to travel here to fuck us, right? Like that's what they do. That's a thing all over the world, but especially like in Thailand and places like that. And I walk in one day and he's watching it, and it wasn't pornography because it was on YouTube, but it was like a kind of like a man on the street interview. It was a guy following around this transsexual prostitute and like walking around Thailand, like showing like spots like, well, this restaurant is blah, blah, blah. And like he was basically like filming his date.
Was it, so was it professionally shot or was it
No, it was
just
like
total amateur.
It was like on an iPhone. Yeah. And he was watching it and I walk up and I'm like, what are you watching? And he's like, oh yeah, that girl so-and-so. Yeah, I've met her before. He's like, yeah, just saving up money to go back. And apparently this guy went to Thailand like 2 or 3 times a year, because I would go in because I would go to David's music like probably like once a month. I would drop in when I was doing like my pawn shop rounds.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, just my flip rounds.
See what you got.
Do those.
Yeah, I needed some JPEGs. What can I say? But so I'd go in there and he was like, yeah, I met her, so-and-so. Yeah, I'm going to go see her again in a couple months. And then I'd go in a few weeks later and he wouldn't be there. And there'd be some weird little crony working there. He'd be like, yeah, David's over in Thailand. So when I saw the thing about child porn, I was like, he wasn't just going over there for that.
No.
He must have been going over
Yeah.
for. I thought he was just into transsexuals, and I was like, okay, no big deal.
Whatever,
Gives a
that's
shit.
fine.
Yeah, they're hot. Whatever. But it's like kids. That's that's a whole different thing.
That's another
fucking
enchilada.
crazy.
Yeah.
Right there. That's a.
So it was when I saw it, but it was one of those things, man, on the news where it was like, it's a little surprising, but it's not shocking.
Right.
Because I always knew the dude was weird. And then to add to it, no wonder he was fucking paranoid and thought Big Brother was out to get him.
Yeah.
Because he was doing something highly illegal.
Yeah.
The worst thing.
The worst thing ever.
Yeah. It's not like, man, I'm growing weed in the back. Don't get caught, man.
Yeah, dude. Like you were
Don't get
literally
caught.
doing the worst thing you could possibly
unless
do.
you were like running a child prostitution ring.
That could be the only thing worse.
That's worse.
Yeah, that's worse. Like,
but that's the bottom. You were at the bottom. Like you're in the shallow end of the pool. Like you're not getting any worse than that. That's terrible.
yeah.
So I said this. I said, if my picture is ever in the paper, I hope to God the word child pornography is as far away from my picture as possible. Hopefully in the next issue. But his is like blazing big in the paper with the word child pornography in bold right underneath. And the last thing I'll say about David is like, we all know he's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And again, not to be an apologist, I was going to say this earlier, but like, I could only imagine this dude's brain now. Now that the shit got real, he got caught. He's crazy. He thinks the world's after him. Now he's going to spend the rest of his days in prison. Can you imagine? It's like a Stephen King novel. His brain is just going to twist and deteriorate as he's being pummeled
Well, see,
in more ways than one.
it might be something to follow. Who knows?
Jesus.
He might only serve a certain amount of time. That's the fucked up thing about that kind of shit is, I get caught with weed in my car. I go to jail for 20 years or whatever.
Not anymore.
A dude downloads child porn. He goes away for a few years and that's it.
God, it's a lot to think. It's heavy.
It is heavy.
It's all things heavy. Nice segue there.
Oh my god!
Speaking of child porn,
do not associate.
That has nothing to do with porn.
This is why I come on this show.
Right. I'm sorry.
I come on this show.
I come to this show.
On this show. Whoa.
So, what is all things? I'm not familiar with all things heavy.
So the last Thursday of every month, I do a DJ set at the Blue Note, and it's not like Wiki said. It's I'm spinning all vinyl.
Yeah.
It is stoner, doom, and heavy 70s. Like,
Stoner doom.
Yeah, like the likes of Pallbearer, Sleep. Is it a 20-minute long song that's just completely fuzzed out and
Like
it's going to
3
drive
notes?
everyone
Done.
crazy?
Yeah.
I'm going to play it.
How does that work with the crowd? Are they digging it?
Yeah, it started out kind of slow at first. Like they were definitely my regulars at Guest Room Records, where I still work every once in a while, even though I'm opening this awesome bar called the Bunker Club.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of that place.
Yeah, on 23rd Street, right
When's
next
it
to the
open?
tower.
That's
Soon.
3 doors down.
It is 3
from-
doors down. Well,
So do you just play 3 doors down with your finger on the record?
Always. I've got double records, and I just
I play
scratch between them.
Yeah. What I do is like as soon as the song ends, I cue up the other one.
Just right back
And
up
then it goes,
again.
God, that would be hell. That would be hell.
Yeah.
Literal hell.
So you do that the last Thursday?
Last Thursday of every month. It's coming up this month on the 23rd.
Yeah, man.
Come out. Even if it's not your thing.
So
like,
do you do it like on the stage, the Blue
Yeah.
Note? Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
I'm up on stage. Like it's only vinyl.
Mhm.
I feel really bad because like I've got a lot of friends who have like CDs and MP3s and like super awesome stuff, and they're like, man, like will you play my song? And it's like,
Put it on wax.
But if
Put it
someone
on
but
wax.
if someone brings like record to you, will you play
yeah,
it?
absolutely.
Okay, cool.
My buddy Brandon brought me one of the few like Thou 7-inches that I don't have, and he was like, will you play this? I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, it's Thou.
But I ain't giving it back.
But I'm not giving it back to you.
Oh, I lost it. I don't know.
I mean, just right now in like the last like 5 minutes that you've given it to me, I don't know.
I'll play
where
it
is.
later, and you just come get it at the end of the night. Find me.
What you should do is slip some child porn in there before you give it back to us. What?
Jesus.
It's like, joke's on you. Say hi to David for me.
Oh,
I know.
Bing
So yeah, all things heavy. That's tight, dude.
Yeah, it's been fun.
I love the name you go by.
DJ. I don't even call myself a DJ because like it's a quote unquote DJ set, but really like I'm just selecting.
Yeah.
I'm just a selector.
You're a disc jockey.
I'm a disc jockey.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're
I
not
jock
like
the
a
disc.
yeah.
And what is that name?
JP Lovecraft.
I like that.
Because Joey Powell.
That's Joey Powell.
And it's dark.
JP.
That was my Instagram name for a long time.
Yes, it was.
And then I got a gold Run the Jewels chain and had to change my name to Gold Chain Swanson.
That's
So-
good. That's good.
Gold Chain Swanson Instagram
Where did you get that?
from Guest Room.
Really?
Yeah, it was a promotional item for the new album, and they were like, "Hey, we only got like 8 of these." And I was like, "Fuck it, give me that! Like,
Yeah.
I'm buying it now."
Yeah,
Nice.
I gotta wet the beak a little bit. Give me the first right on that.
The first time I put it on, I felt so fucking ridiculous,
Yeah.
like walking around with this chain. But now it's like a power item.
You just gotta own it.
It's
You know?
like
You don't pull it out all the time.
Not all the time, just every once in a while.
Just maybe when you're spinning records.
no.
Man, so recently Eric and I, we've been watching Friends, and I've been noticing the fashion on this show because I never watched Friends like when it first
shit.
came out. Like back in the 90s, I never watched it. Never
See,
saw an
my-
episode.
That's
My
so
girlfriends in
weird.
high school like would make me watch episodes, and like then we would break up and be like, "Oh fuck this show!" Like,
So
but-
do you have a bad
No,
history?
not necessarily. Actually, like now going back and watching, I'm like, man, this show is actually kind of
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, I went down a rabbit hole the other night, and I started looking at like blogs for like 90s fashion,
Oh shit!
male fashion in particular,
Oh,
because
man.
I am a male.
I was gonna say like the one
rich-
of my favorite things was always the sleeveless turtleneck sweater.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, like
There's something about it. I
something
don't
about
know.
it.
Yeah. So I was going down this rabbit hole and looking at fashions and looking at things that were popular back when I was in like junior high and high school and things like that. And I got real nostalgic over wide leg pants. Okay. Like nowadays we're all wearing the skinnies. It's comfortable. Well, it's not really comfortable. It's fashionable. It's hip. It's trendy. It's really all you can find nowadays, unless you go to like Walls or something, you know, and I got to thinking about JNCOs.
You know, there are no more Gadzooks.
No.
Yeah, I can't pick those up.
Gadzooks?
I like Gadzooks.
Gadzooks.
Yeah, I like Gadzooks.
My inflection. JNCOs.
My JNCOs at Gadzooks.
My JNCOs.
Gadzooks. I worked at a Gadzooks, and that's how you pronounce how you just Gadzooks.
I thought it was Gadzooks.
Gadzooks.
Okay, so you were far off.
But it turned into it was at first it was a very 90s fashion serial killer t-shirt.
Oh my god, I had
26 red.
Did you really?
Sutter.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Put
My
a pin in
parents
that.
were pissed.
So me and my wife just started watching The People vs. O.J. Simpson. We're late to the game, but it was finally on Netflix. And there's a scene where it's showing like everyone outside of his house with like the Juices Loose shirts. And I look over at my wife and go, I wonder if there's any of those on the internet for like $300. So I just Google search O.J. Simpson case t-shirts. And the first thing that pops up is this serial killer shirt, this serial killer t-shirt company from the 90s.
And what did the listing title say exactly?
Howdy. Oh, no, it said, oh, shit.
It was like O.J. Simpson
Make an offer
shirt,
on this, yeah.
1990s, make an offer. This is a collectible.
This is a collectible.
That was the title of the listing.
So for those who aren't familiar or were too young, serial killer shirts had like a picture on, like literally like a picture of a face of somebody,
Like
a character.
Jules and Vincent from Pulp Fiction.
Yes.
Like that was one of my favorite
Or like
ones.
Scarface or Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
And then right below it would have some phrase, like the O.J. Simpson was O.J.'s picture and it said howdy. And then in the corner of the picture, it says serial killer. So that was one of those.
The brand.
The brand. JNCOs, Sutters were a big one at the Gadzooks.
Porn star.
Porn star.
Fuck, porn star. Yes.
My grandparents got so pissed off at me for putting a porn star sticker on my car.
And it said porn
and it was
star.
the star with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
star.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they were like, what is this? And I was like, it's a brand. And they were like,
Did you do it because of the corn video?
of course.
Okay, me too. I had
Of
one on my car.
course.
I
What
wasn't
video?
a porn star.
Was it the Adidas video?
Yes, it was. Where they're all like in the body bags.
Yep.
Good call, Josh.
Yeah.
Good call back to corn.
They
Your-
also
your
sold those
corn
jumpsuits
history.
at the Gadzooks too.
They did. The Gadzooks.
We should make one with David on it. And it says child fucker.
Oh my god.
Serial
What
killer.
serial killer?
Oh, instead of serial killer, just child fucker.
No,
and
that's the
serial
name of
killer
the
font?
brand. We're going
Okay.
to start a t-shirt company called Child Fucker.
Hey, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Good luck TMing that bad boy. So you were saying you missed me still going to like
Okay.
the wide leg JNCO things. Like I've thought about like it was like a year or two ago. They're a company still.
Yes, they
They're
are.
huge like in
What?
Asia.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really?
Huge in Asia.
They're kind of making this weird niche comeback.
Like 90s.
Well, it's this
I mean,
like
everything comes back around,
Right.
you know?
I don't think JNCOs are actually, they're not going to make it.
Like, I
no.
keep seeing
Like,
like
the-
shit on the internet about
there was a
JNCOs.
Vice article, like,
Yeah.
I saw it. A friend of mine, you know, when somebody like one of your friends likes something on Facebook, it'll
Yeah.
pop up in your feed.
Yes.
A friend of mine, Liz, she liked a Vice article that just came out like on the, it was like on the 15th or so about I wore JNCOs for a week.
Oh, I saw that,
And he
but I
bought,
didn't get a chance
he
to.
bought these new JNCOs and he bought them directly from the JNCOs store
Yeah.
in California.
There's still
they
a
were
JNCO
$180
Fuck
and they were
that.
50 inches.
Oh my
Yeah, dude.
god!
And he's like this skinny, like hipster looking dude with like a nice fitted, like button up shirt with these.
So wait, he wore that with JNCOs? You don't
Yeah.
wear that with
No,
JNCOs.
you wear a
on.
big Union Bay sweater.
Or an extra large band T-shirt with like an oversized thermal underneath
you wear
it.
a corn shirt
You do wear a corn
Yes,
shirt.
or a
And it-
serial killer,
or a serial
or a
killer
child
shirt.
fucker.
and a Kangol hat, and you got to wear fucking shell toes with those, or you're not doing it right.
And to
Dude.
complete the ensemble, a nice chain wallet.
Well, I would say a
always.
super thick, very long chain wallet.
Yes. So I started thinking about these pants, and I remember there's a picture of me that I have in my like memento box, and it's a picture of me sitting on my dad's couch, and I'm wearing a Deftones t-shirt, and I've got the cold chamber cut, and I'm wearing these
God,
huge
yes.
kickwears.
We have to put that on
kickwear.
grams.
That was
Yep.
yeah.
And I like my feet are like tucked up underneath me, and I'm holding like the saddest white bread turkey sandwich. It's like
Just like turkey, cheese, and that's it.
and mustard. The thinnest, saddest, like smashed sandwich.
Rainbow bread, just terrible.
Yeah. I mean, this my iPhone was thicker than this sandwich. It's like I'm holding up my
Just
iPhone.
like smash down that you did on purpose.
Yeah.
You
I'm like, dude, I
totally
like
did
to
that.
smash it, dude.
Yeah,
You ever
dude,
smash
man.
bread as a child?
I smashed the shit out of bread.
Do you ever make? I made bread
Balls?
cubes.
Bread balls?
Bread
Oh,
balls
yeah,
or
bread
bread
balls,
cubes.
yeah.
I would make little cubes and then eat them.
See, you're fancy.
Yeah. But I remember, and I remember that picture when it was taken, and I just remember like I loved sitting around in them.
Right?
Man,
they were
why-
so comfortable.
Yeah.
Granted, they were wet from the knees down most of the time.
Oh, that ankle tear, right around the
Yeah.
heel.
Okay, so like here, imagine if you will, I'm painting a picture. Put your hands out like they're your shoes, okay? So the front of the pant goes over the shell toe.
Right.
Yeah.
But then the back would always be wet and frayed.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you'd always have cuff on the front half of the pants, and then the back half, the cuff would come off and it would start rolling.
Yeah, yeah.
And dude,
And
these
wet.
weren't cheap jeans.
No, they were
like,
not.
I mean, they were like, what, like 80, 90 bucks?
Sometimes
That's back in the
$100, yeah.
90s?
That's
Yeah.
90s money.
That's
Yeah.
like
That's a lot of
$180
money.
now.
Yes.
That's fucking crazy.
But I just remember like, man, pulling up because I always like to sit with my feet like under me on the couch, like you know,
Yeah.
crisscross style, and not the band, the
Wear your
the
JNCOs.
politically correct term.
I
Yeah,
tried to wear my JNCOs backwards once. It didn't work out.
that was the dumbest shit.
Do you remember how long those fucking pockets were?
You would drop
You would
it.
have to like dig down
Oh
in
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like,
Get your
or your chain wallet. You'd have to like you're pulling a bucket up from a fucking well.
That's exactly what it was like. I was just about to say, like you put
hold
your.
on, I gotta get some money out.
I would do that. Like,
Or you drop your wallet in there, and it'd be like a Looney Tunes cartoon where Wiley like falls down, and then you see the little when he hits the ground.
So I would try to make mine. I would put my wallet in the back pocket, and then the little clip that your chain goes onto the wallet. I would try to position that to where it hangs over the lip of the pocket,
smart.
so it'll stay there, and it only stays for a few minutes. So you do it when you're trying to look cool, like if you're
Right.
leaving class, like hold on, and
I
you try
gotta
to
get
situate it
this.
and make it look because it's gonna fall when you walk.
Right.
Got to look cool,
And
man.
there's no sound like, and I can picture this. I'm like getting this wave of nostalgia just thinking about it. The sound of sitting down with a chain wallet in a school desk, it would go.
yeah,
And then when you sat up,
with my keys on my
exactly.
on my backside.
or you get up and it gets caught.
That's
And
the
you
worst.
bring the fucking desk up a few inches off the ground, and then you have to do the awkward like, hold on,
no,
hold
the one
on.
where
Oh
you-
no, it's cool.
Have you ever broken your chain by doing that?
No.
Or you break a belt loop, like you don't realize it's stuck, and you sit up,
I've broken belt loops.
Yeah, and it's-
so many belt loops.
and you got to resew that. You can't resew a belt loop.
No.
You gotta
the
switch
str-
belt loops.
You have to
Structural
you put the JNCOs out to sea, and then you get another pair.
Okay, how many pairs of JNCOs did you own?
Man, at my okay,
the
like
height,
at
the
the
height
height
of your JNCO
my
addiction.
JNCdom?
Your JNCdom.
man, okay, so I wasn't spoiled and I wasn't rich, but like I was the only boy out of all my like cousins. So my grandmother kind of spoiled me a little bit.
Oh my god, did your grandmother buy you JNCOs too?
Many. No, she gave me JNCO money.
Oh my god.
I would go to her house
I didn't
and
even know
she
that was a
would
thing.
she
Yeah,
would slip me
JNCO
like
money.
she would slip me like $60, $70 and be
damn.
like, go buy you a new pair of jeans. Because my old ones were wet and shredded in the back, of course. And I would go to Deb because they had a small
Deb.
guys section.
Yep.
And I want to say it was called Tops and Bottoms. Or
It was top. Well, was it the one over by your grandmother? Where your,
no, this was
Okay.
in the mall. This was in Crossroads Mall.
There was tops and bottoms. There was
There,
I don't- I know
it
what
was
you're
a
talking
little section inside Deb that sold like urban hip clothes in the 90s, and they had a bunch of JNCOs.
Like Gadzooks.
Yeah, it was like a mini Gadzooks.
Gadzooks.
But it was very small, but they were always, everything was on sale because they didn't sell a lot to men. So
Yeah.
all their guy stuff would end up going on sale real quick. So I would get like 2 pair of JNCOs for the price
Yeah.
of one.
Nice.
So at the height of my JNCdom, I probably had like
I like that this is a term now.
Height of my JNCO.
8 to 10 pair.
Holy
Wow, at one time.
shit.
Yeah.
I think I had like 4.
Dang, dude.
But I always, and to this day, I take care of my stuff. Like I have,
yeah.
like I have jeans that I've had for like 5 years that I wear a lot that I still wear.
Yeah.
See, I buy all mine from Old Navy, and they shit out
Oh,
after
dude,
like 2
the
years.
taint, the
so-
taint of Old Navy jeans aren't meant to last more than like a week.
No, they just blow out.
But neither were JNCO. I mean, like I remember, like it was the rubbing. Like,
Yeah.
because I don't like. What was the biggest like leg size you had?
I never went huge. I want to
I
say
didn't go
like
50.
40 in
think
the
40.
40s.
I
Whatever
think-
the kangaroo ones were, or the elephant.
42s,
Yeah,
perhaps?
42s, I
Yeah.
believe.
I think I think I had a pair that like mine went from like 32 to like I don't know, like 42 or
Right.
something like that. Like nothing ridiculous.
A respectable.
Yeah, a respectable.
The
leg
respectable ones were the
size.
twin cannons. Those are the ones you can wear to church.
Yep.
Right.
You know, 'cause they're khaki.
I had a pair of corduroy ones for that.
the thick corduroy, the super thick corduroys.
Uh-huh.
The fat
The
cords.
fat
Yeah,
cords
fat
with
cords
the,
are the shit.
they were black and they had like a beige like stripe down the legs. Oh man, I love
fancy.
those.
See, in all my Jinkdom, I never had cords. I always had jeans. And let me run through. I had the twin cannons.
Sure.
I had the taxi
fancy.
cabs.
Yes, the ska pants. yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
I think I got those from a friend though. I think we traded JNCOs. Like we would do a little swap every now and then.
I think I know what friend you traded those with.
I had the skunk stripe.
Yep.
I had
Yep.
the snail. I had the mammoths, which were the big
Mammoths
ones.
were the big
Right,
ones.
yeah.
I had the kangaroos, and then I had a few pairs of just like the J with like the jester hat.
Yeah.
They were like the
the
classic.
jester hats.
Yeah.
So many
the
jester
twin
hats
cannon.
in
The
the
twin
90s.
cannon was just the J logo.
It was like a 90s like
It had the J with like the crown.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
above it.
yeah,
Yeah.
that, or it had like
Were
a
those like JNCO classics.
I think they were JNCO.
yeah, or there was
Classics or
another one that the
something.
J was like. It could best be described as like the sneaker pimps font. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this
yeah,
like
yeah.
90s Euro house music font.
So Rob, you said everyone wears
Chemical Brothers.
Everyone wears skinny
Oh,
jeans
yeah.
now. You know JNCO sells skinny jeans, right?
Fuck that. That is
What?
heresy.
No,
yeah.
that is
okay,
heresy.
okay,
Like
we're
that should be
Rob heresy.
We're going back to how this started, talking about it's all coming back a year ago or whatever, some shit. But I see in my feed all the time now. There'll be like a commercial, an advertisement for JNCO. I'm like, what the fuck? So
No
I was like,
way.
you know what? I told my wife I was really doing other things, and I told my wife like, I'm gonna buy a pair of fucking JNCOs. Fuck it. She goes, don't. I'm like, I'm just gonna see. And I go to their website, and they have like this section like men's. You pull up the different sizes, the mammoth, all those, and then it says skinny, and I go, what fucking shit is this? And I click on it. Sure enough, they sell $120 skinny jeans, which is the exact opposite of what you want in a JNCO jean.
That's not why you buy JNCOs.
That is not why you buy JNCOs.
That's like going to Carl's Jr. and being like, I'll have the diet $6 burger, please.
Yeah.
What is it? I'll have the paleo burger.
Yeah,
Like,
Just give me
no.
just give me a lettuce and tomato, and that's
You
all
go
I
get the big
want.
motherfucker.
Yeah, and you
go
get it
the-
all over your
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, JNCOs, man, like I miss the comfort.
Sure. Would you, okay, if you were to come across a pair of JNCOs that were in mint condition for under $40, would you buy them?
That's okay. That first of all, that's a unicorn, my friend, because you're never going to find it,
Well, unless you buy them new, which they do sell them new.
but not for $40.
Not for
No,
$40.
but if you can find them.
You are hard pressed, and this is a shout out to Shanna Slow Jams. She's a thrifter, she's a flipper, she's a reseller, listener of boys, and a good friend of ours. She ask her. She is hard pressed to find an actual pair of JNCOs because
There's one pair of JNCOs at Bad Granny's, and it's a shitter. I call and forgive me for saying this term, but they are a white trash pair of JNCOs. They were the black denim.
why they got to be white?
Because they fade.
All right.
Like faded black JNCOs. There's nothing trashier looking than a pair of faded black JNCOs.
Faded black anything's
I
kind of
think
trashy.
Robbie could make that work though.
Faded black JNCOs.
Faded blacks? I don't know, dude.
It's a 28-inch waist. So
Oh, Robbie ain't making that work.
No, Joey definitely ain't making that work.
No. Can I flip them upside down and wear them?
Like, how big are the leg holes? Like, we're
So
talking like
they're
36, 34?
reverse taper.
All right.
I just got this extra leg hanging off like an elephant trunk.
Hopping around.
Yeah. That's where I keep my chain wallet.
I'm a JNCO mermaid.
oh, I forgot about girls' JNCO jeans, which I never saw a girl wear girls' JNCOs.
What? Really?
You can get a pair of kangaroo denim JNCOs for $54 on their website.
Oh,
You can get a pair
That's
of
not too
mammoths for
bad.
$54.
So I was talking to Erica after
Anyways.
this, and I was like, I really want a pair. I don't even care if they're off brand.
Kickstarter for Robbie. Let's buy this dude some JNCOs.
Yeah.
And I
Let's do
will
some
wear
JNCOs.
them to the first boys live event that's coming up soon.
I got
so stay
20
tuned.
on it.
Holy shit, we're like 1/10 of the way there.
Dude,
at this
I might
point.
even have like 30 or 40 on
You know
it
what?
if we
I
can
might-
make this
yeah.
happen.
We'll just put a jar at guest room.
Here's the thing. Okay,
Seriously, like
we should both wear JNCOs. We should get JNCOs and find like a
Dude,
90s
you guys
shirt.
do this. I might buy my own pair of JNCOs myself and
Dude,
still contribute to
Can
your
we just
funds.
start like a club? It's like it'll be Turbo Yugen, but it'll be Turbo Yinko. Yeah, dude, let's do that. Like, we have to put like a cool patch on one of the fucking pockets. Like,
one of the 3 foot long pockets.
we
a
get
lot of room for patches.
Yes.
Put a back patch on the pocket, basically.
Yeah, a lot of room for patches.
Done.
But yeah, I miss sitting around in a man. You could fold up your legs. It didn't bind your nuts like jeans do nowadays, dude. My fucking nuts are always in just like.
Oh, it's sticky.
Obviously,
Sticky.
from earlier, you have gigantic testicles.
It's in the jeans.
It's in the gene.
I seen what
I'm
you
on
done
one
there.
tonight.
So one last story about JNCOs. It was like last year, maybe we were in Norman, just kind of kicking it with a friend from out of town, hanging out. Had a beer at the Blue Bonnet, and we're taking the back way behind everything. So
Don't you always?
Taking the back. I do always take the back way, and we hear some upstroke 2-tone ska, and we're like, "Was that ska?" And we go around front, and in the Red Brick Bar, there's a ska show. There's apparently still ska in Norman. Band called not Big Business, the Big News. Big News. They're a ska band. And everyone in there was very sca'd out. There was a gentleman standing right next to me as I was sitting down. My wife had to give me a little shoulder, pointed at him, and the man was wearing JNCOs. He was wearing JNCOs. He had a cabbie hat with checkered
he's
print,
at a ska show,
and he had a chain wallet, not a in the backy old man, like an actual giant chain wallet,
Front to back.
And I snapped a picture of it, and I put that shit on Instagram. So if you can scroll through my Instagram, you can find picture of a man.
You can't
going to look
skank
at
in
that.
skinny jeans.
You can.
If you skank in
You
JNCOs,
don't
it
get the
looks like you're
swishy
just
sound,
standing
like-
still.
You get the.
Like Gumby. That's what it looks like.
Imagine Gumby skanking.
He's just standing still.
Also,
Work the second time.
I'd like to point out
Had some shelf life.
ska always comes up with Joey Powell around.
Does it? Are you a
Well,
Scotsman?
hey,
Are you a Scotsman,
hey,
as they
No,
call it?
Dare I say ska happens.
ska.
Robbie, you were on fucking fire.
I,
my
I
friend.
had
You
this. I
are.
had the sticker on the back of my Chevy Lumina
Oh
back in
my
the day
God.
in the Mocha Madness parking lot.
It was checkerboard print, right?
It had check. It was a bump. It was
Does
a
it have to
classic.
do with ska?
It
Everything is
did.
checkerboard.
Then yes, and then like that dude from like the T-shirt. That's
Oh,
like
yeah.
Specials,
the
yeah,
specials.
specials,
Yeah.
Scott Hammond.
Rudy. Is he a rude boy?
He is a rude boy.
Okay, then
He's
it's
the
not just a
rudest
clever
boy.
name.
A buddy of mine got a picture, or he got a tattoo, and he took a picture of it, put it on Instagram, and it's the state of Oklahoma, and inside that state, it's filled with checkerboard print. And I comment, pick it up. And he then snapped a picture of Vans shoes. It's for Vans. I'm like, no, dude, that's fucking ska, bro.
That's the ska print.
And that's why they're checker print Vans.
Do a
for
little
fucking
bit of
ska.
research.
Yeah, do a little research, dude.
So you were in a ska band
Yeah.
at one time.
Was.
And
man.
you,
You
played
know what?
bass,
And, like,
a BC Rich bass, I believe.
Actually, I started out as a saxophone player.
Oh,
And then we added another trumpet player, and I was like, well, like 2 trombones, 2 trumpets, and a saxophone? Yeah, that's too many horns.
That's a lot of
That's a lot of horns.
You need
So why don't we buy
just-
me a keyboard and I'll do that?
Yeah.
And I did that for like 3 months and was like, nope, this sucks.
and then bass.
And then we were in the studio and we had to fire our bass player, which was like one of the most heartbreaking things ever.
You fired. Did you do it like that?
Totally like
Okay,
that.
good.
Hey,
Hey, why don't you pick up your bass and get out of here?
pick it up, and get the fuck out. But then they were like, you're not doing anything. I was like, yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, sure, I'm not doing
I'm
anything.
not doing anything.
I'm just standing
That's
here
cool.
looking pretty in
Like,
my
yeah,
huge pants.
In my huge pants, dude. I was still wearing the khaki. They weren't JNCOs, but I mean, they were still like,
A respectable
20
circumference.
inch, 22 inch.
You can name the brand. Was it Union Bay?
Sutters.
No,
Utility?
man,
Arizona?
I don't remember what
Arizona?
it was.
Pipes, Lee Pipes.
It might have been the pipes.
L2s.
All I know is like I wore an absurd amount of cargo pants.
Oh.
An absurd
unfortunate.
amount. And hate to admit this, but wore cargo shorts up until like 7 years ago.
Okay, I'm gonna
Just
consult
mark that.
the official boys' notes. I'm gonna move child pornography down, and then I'm gonna put cargo shorts.
Cargo shorts.
Right.
Robbie, we can't really say much. We did both wear. We would buy actual military cargo pants. Cut
Like
to
it
cut.
matters.
Well, because they sell like cargo print cargo shorts, You just cut them off below the knee, well below the knee. And
well, just as high as your black Adidas socks would go up.
And then you put like some patches on them, and then you're punk.
That's fun. Yeah, it's cool. It's good.
It was cool.
So that's cargo. That counts, I guess.
I guess. I'll tell you what, guys. Let's take a break. Yeah, and we'll be back and wrap it up. That wasn't annoying. Welcome back, boys. Episode 44. Joey Powell in the house.
Boys.
Welcome back.
Brought to you, as always, in part by Anthem Brewing.
Anthem Brewing, the only pills I pop.
Genius. So on our break, we were discussing that we're all alumni of sorts.
Yeah, we're alumni.
We are alumni of the Brahms University. Talking about wearing my JNCOs to Brahms, working in them. You can't work in them.
You cannot work in
those jeans are strictly for lounging.
You want to work in them because you want to look cool.
But you can't. Cool. There's a strict policy at Brahms where you wear blue pants.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Blue Dickies or Cintas.
I wore the. I didn't want fucking my Dickies. I got two pair. I got a pair of black ones and a pair of blue ones. I ain't fucking those up.
No.
A white shirt, an apron,
that hat with the short bill,
and that fucking
Oh
hat.
my god! I wish I still had that.
So embarrassing.
I had like the all over dad hat, and then they had like a trucker one, which I wish I still fucking had.
So you worked at Brahms?
I did. I worked at the one in Robinson Crossing in Norman.
Oh my God. Was it your first job?
That was my first job ever because I could.
My
walk
first
to
job
it.
too. Was it your first job?
Yes, yeah.
Holy shit!
I know.
Oh, Brahms! I still love to eat you. I can never work there again.
Okay, what did you do there?
Well, I started off on the register as you do.
Yeah.
And then moved over to the ice cream station.
The cone line.
The cone line.
Did you
square scoop?
Square dip,
Square dip.
Do not fuck that up.
You do the L7 and 2 in the middle.
Oh my God!
Hey, how many times did you really square dip?
Never. No, I circular dipped.
Did you get yelled at?
Oh yeah,
all the time.
Yeah.
Like, oh, God, what was it? Imogene or like the old lady manager
Wanda.
there, Wanda was like, "You're not square dipping."
It's like it's hard to scrape it off the side if you don't square dip.
Mr. Brahms doesn't like it when you don't square dip.
Well, there was you open the thing.
Bill Brahms.
You open that ice cream thing, and on the
Brahms.
side of the wall, it had a square dip picture.
Yep.
Totally
in case you forget.
Hey, in case your dumbass 16-year-old forgot, square dip this shit.
Man.
You know what? The most fucked up thing about that was like, do you guys remember this? Where like you couldn't pay for your on shift meal.
Yeah,
like,
came out of your check.
Came out of your check. If you wanted your discount,
Mm-hmm.
you could buy it like full price. But if you wanted that discount, it came straight out of your check.
And it was some weird like Neanderthal, like they had to write it on a piece of paper that they had to turn in.
So weird.
Who was in charge of
Mr.
tally?
Brahms.
See, here's the thing.
Bill would come
Bill
in
is coming
and he would just have this like stack of paper. He'd be like, okay, Joey ate 17 burgers on Tuesday.
And I totally did.
And he square dipped on Wednesday. Okay, I'm going to add these.
A
Okay.
girl and boy.
Yeah, pecan sprinkling on Tuesday.
Okay, it's Thursday. It's time for paychecks. Joey, you actually owe us $3. I don't know how that works. I'll tell you what. Trade me those JNCOs. We'll call it even.
Like, you're not getting my JNCOs, Bill.
Yeah.
See, I did the register to Cone Line, and I was so good at Cone Line because I square dipped a lot, and then it was like you do with any job. The first 30 days, you bust your ass, you do really good, and then after that, you kind of just
Yeah.
So I just did Cone Line because. I lied and told them I was vegetarian, so I didn't want to be on the grill because Cone Line was super easy, and that's where all the girls worked. So you can be around like the ladies. But I made friends with the cook, the chef, or whatever the chef. The fry cook, whatever the fuck you want to call him.
He graduated from Brahms University.
He was a rapper
with honors.
He was, I guess,
A rapper,
Aren't
like
they
a
all?
sandwich rapper.
Yeah, aren't all dudes who work at Brahms who are into hip hop? Aren't they all rappers?
Yeah,
Always.
they're all aspiring in some way or the other.
He would hook me up, and I would tell him
With what? Extra pickles?
No,
I wouldn't.
that's bad.
I would not pay for my food.
Oh,
I'd go behind Cone Line, and be like, hey, Randy, why don't you make me a fucking...
why are you talking like a rapper?
Well, because he's a rapper,
Make
I'm
me
a
some
rapper.
chicken fingers.
No, I want that fucking Southwest chicken sandwich. The chicken with the bacon on it and shit.
yeah.
He goes, I got you. And he'll make it, and he'll just fucking like make sure no one's around. And then I would go like I'm walking to the bathroom, and he would football, chuck it at me. And I would grab it, and then I would sit down and eat it really fucking quick, and I'd go back to work.
Like under your jacket,
No, he would hide in his JNCO.
in the JNCO pants leg.
Yeah.
I just imagine you catching it in one of those huge pockets. Like,
The apron pocket.
Yeah.
The whoop.
Kobe. I guess back then it'd be like Pippin. So yeah, before we go any further, we got some big news here. We got a big show coming up. The man that wears many pants, Joey Powell. They're all big,
huge
at the bottom.
not so much in the front, but the bottom.
Yeah.
Sometimes the back. If I shit my pants.
Right. After you eat Brahms and
After
JNCOs.
Brahms.
Yeah. So you got a show coming up at the Blue Note April 8th.
April 8th. It's Rainbows Are Free's first show back.
And you're back.
I am. For the first time for 7 years.
Now give me the abridged version of your history with Rainbows Are Free, because when I found out about Rainbows Are Free, you were in the band.
Yeah.
And then you weren't for a while, and now you're back and better than ever.
So I moved back from New York City. And
New York City.
I
know.
He's wearing JNCOs.
He's wearing JNCOs. Whole thing up there. So I moved back and was working at guest room and ran into our former drummer. I was like, "Hey, you want to start a band?" It's like, "Yeah, we should do that." Because he was buying Kaya CDs. It's really into stoner rock. It's like, "Yeah, let's do this." And I'd been in a band before I left for New York called Mandragora. Later on, Colossus. Left them and contacted our lead guitar player Richie Tarver. I was like, "Hey, let's do this." We got Chad Hogan. Started playing around. I was like, "Well, I don't want to play bass like I did in the last band, so I'm going to play guitar in this one." Chad was gracious enough to come in and play bass, and then started looking for lead singers and. Brandon Kistler from 40 Minutes of Hell was super into what we were doing and came in, and that's how it kind of started. We started practicing in the itty bitty studio space, not unlike this one, on the corner of Main and Crawford in Norman, and having to haul those goddamn giant amps.
Yeah, big.
Half stacks, man.
The JNCO of amps.
The JNCO of amps. That's what I'm going to start calling 412s.
That should be the new Rainbows album if they're ever
the JNCO of bands.
Yeah. No, just JNCO.
Just JNCO.
Yeah, just JNCO. Jinkdom.
And
it could be like a king on a throne in huge pants.
Hold on. Twist on No Doubt. Tragic Jinkdom.
Oh, I like it.
Oh my god.
With Joey Powell holding a Brahms burger on the cover.
or Magic Jinkdom, and it could be a mushroom trip, man. Scratch that.
That fell as flat as my turkey sandwich that I mentioned earlier.
Flat turkey.
So got a show coming up. Is this original lineup?
Yeah, original lineup. We got a show coming up with Helen Kelter Skelter and Turbo Wizard, who are amazing bands. They both got band camps. Just Google that shit.
Yep. A lot of Googling going on tonight.
Oh, so much Googling.
I'm just imagining search history. Child molesters, JNCOs, Turbo Wizard.
Boys.
There's a weird thread.
It all ties up.
It always is.
So yeah, April 8th at the Blue Note. Rainbows Are Free. Turbo Wizard.
It's a Saturday. Ask off now if you're in the service industry.
Helen Kelter Skelter also. And also, just to revisit quickly, All Things Heavy, last Thursday of every month at the Blue Note.
At the Blue Note, February 23rd.
And I heard if you wear JNCOs, you get in for free.
Always. Always.
Can we please make this happen? Not to dwell.
Dude, the Kickstarter has to happen.
So
Let's post it. Let's post it on the Facebook page, on the Instagram.
All right.
We're going to post a picture of you in your JNCOs back in the day.
All right.
And let's bring. Can the boy get his JNCOs back?
Can he get his JNCOs?
The boy just wants his JNCOs. So exciting stuff, dude. As always, got a lot going on, man.
Oh man,
and then
too much.
Bunker Club, Rainbows Are Free.
Oh man,
All Things Heavy, JNCOs. I mean, all kinds of stuff.
So much stuff. Actually, we've got. If you want to see me do a not stoner set, February 25th at the Pump, we've got a party going on where we're gonna have the man himself, Ian McDermott, DJing a little bit.
Okay.
Papa Pump.
Is that a wrestler?
Big Papa Pump.
Yeah.
See, I didn't want to go that far. I'm just going to call him Papa Pump.
Yeah.
I don't want any copyright infringement here.
Right.
Totally makes sense.
JoJo DJ J2O coming out doing that. The Robros and Chitty, aka Carte Blanche.
Man, stacked lineup.
And then me doing something. I've got to dig through my records.
Yeah.
It's because like nobody really wants to hear like a 7-minute song that's like,
Dude. You should do a JNCO inspired set.
Oh, dude, if those records weren't so fucking expensive, I totally would.
To get like Life is Peachy, Orgy,
Candy Ass.
I don't think that ever came out on vinyl.
I bet a Hot Topic back in like 1997.
No way. No, I don't think it ever did because I'm pretty sure I've got drunk and looked for it on Discogs.
Or eBay, a late night drunken eBay. Like, I'm going to find it.
I'm going to do this. Because you know what?
I sent Rob a link. For some reason, I woke up in the morning and that fucking...
You woke up in the morning?
No.
At about noon. Was it was Dissension the song that I sent you?
Yeah.
I woke up and just the chorus of that song was stuck in my head. Tying yourself to me.
That's Stitches.
Stitches. Yeah. That's the one that was stuck in my head.
That's a second album.
No. First album.
No,
Stitches is on Candy Ass.
Is it?
Yeah. Don't.
Oh, it totally is.
It's the second song.
Yeah. Don't fuck with Robbie.
No, but that wasn't the one that I
Orgy.
sent you. But that song is stuck in my head a lot.
I love that album,
dude.
Man,
honestly, I do too. I a couple months ago, like went home, like pulled it up on Spotify, and was like, man, like. I mean, really like this.
There's some skippable tracks on there, but as a whole, like they came out at this weird time.
Yeah,
like they were right after like the big new metal thing, so it was almost like this weird, like nostalgic / like breath of fresh air.
Well, I mean, it was like new metal. It was in new wave.
Yes,
it was new wave.
New wave.
It really was.
Exactly.
You know, my favorite band from that like total era is Deadsy.
Produced by Jonathan Davis on Elementary Records.
I was working at Warehouse Music in Sooner Fashion Mall.
I worked at Warehouse Music in Midwest City.
I got it. Wes, I know you're listening to this, and I'm sure this the JNCO Corn Elementary Records is just ringing his bell right now. Yes. So thanks, Wes, for listening. Yes.
But yeah, man, like that record is so good.
That's where I got that record. They came in with promo shit. And I saw the album cover. I was like, that looks cool. And then so I put it on the, you get your little 5-disc player, and
it was edited.
Each employee gets a pick, and you put it in. Like, this sounds cool, but it was edited, so some of the shit's kind of choppy.
Wait, did you work at Hot Topic too?
Not Hot Topic.
Okay. Warehouse.
Warehouse. Music.
Okay.
I did work at Pacific Sunwear.
I did that too.
What?
Yes.
Oh my God.
How many more jobs do we have in common?
It's like 3 of the same person sitting here.
Yeah. This is PacSun and well, you were probably PacSun and
Sooner.
I was Penn Square. Or no, sorry. Quail.
Oh.
Whew, my bad. I must have dodged a fucking bullet there. Did you ever work for the Oklahoma library system?
I did not.
Okay, I did that.
No, didn't. My wife did.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, she worked at the library for
in Norman, I worked for a company called Little Guys Movers.
Oh, Little Guys! Shout out to Little Guys.
Just plug anyone.
Plug.
Shout out to Orgy.
And I work at the
still doing it.
The Walgreens on Flood and whatever that is.
Flood, Maine?
Yeah, Flood in Maine.
You worked at Walgreens?
I was a photo lab guy.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
I've had like 55 jobs.
Hey,
no joke.
I have 2.
We'll talk about that at another time.
Or right now.
I have a list at my house.
You want to bring the list?
I'll bring the list.
Bring the list.
We'll go down them.
Because I've had a lot of jobs myself. I've probably had like in the 30 or so.
I mean, I think that's, it's a thing when you're younger. Like, you're trying to find like your thing. You're young. Like, if you don't like it, fuck it. Like, you'll find another job.
No.
Bounce.
Listen. Wait, we get 2 15-minute breaks. When's that first one? Cool. I'm fucking leaving as soon as I can fucking leave.
You ever quit a job on a first break?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Same. Like, totally.
Dude, fucking that video game store. Game Exchange.
Oh my God.
I worked at Game Exchange.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, I worked there for the first 2 hours or whatever for the first break, and I was like, "Fuck," because they had me cleaning cartridges.
I loved cleaning cartridges.
I did too. There's something so satisfying about it.
Yeah, but the dude was a total dick. I was like, "Fuck this."
Wait, which store did you work at?
The one on Air Depot in Midwest City.
Oh yeah, I totally know who you're talking about.
I would sit back there with my Orgy second album on my Discman. And clean cartridges. My Dickman for
the one that had the hit She Dreams in Digital.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking about with Stitches.
Man,
they're kind of the same.
I loved that, and I'm a wiper. Erica calls me that all the time. Like she's like,
I would fucking hope so.
Yeah, I mean,
actually, I drip dry usually, but I love getting we all love gear, right?
Yeah.
Like music gear. Nothing makes me more satisfied than like buying a guitar off Craigslist. It's like disgusting and like bringing it back to
Clean it
life.
up.
Yeah, dude.
yeah.
Like wiping it, oiling the neck, getting all the grime out, getting like a toothpick and getting all the nastiness
through
out
the
of the
stuff.
bridge.
Getting
Yeah.
God, what the fuck is wrong with me today?
A lot.
Q-tips.
Yeah.
You get the Q-tips, and then you just get like in between the little, in the little thing.
I'll disassemble the bridge and like soak it in like alcohol to get all the gunk off.
That's
and
my
then
favorite thing with
reassemble.
drums. I take the hardware off and just let them soak overnight.
And then you drink whatever's left.
Oh, yeah, you get
so
real sick and you shoot.
absorb its power
Yeah, you do.
and whatever else
then
somebody sweated into it.
Then I'll soak my JNCOs in it. I'll collect my juice for like a month.
Is that
soak
what
the
you collect
JNCOs.
juice?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Collect all the
my
juice.
own. Yeah.
So going back to JNCOs,
Please.
When I lived with my family, my mom and dad, when I was in hike school, when you have your JNCOs, my mom, to save energy, not that we had to, we had a dryer. She liked to hang things, mostly denim because it sun-dried or whatever.
Sun-dried denim.
But
Delicious.
I remember
Delicious.
like
That's my favorite
hanging,
sandwich.
I would go hang
Is it flat?
my JNCOs on a clothesline, and it would just, you can't see it, listeners, but it just goes, pew, like it's like drags
motion
because they're
down.
so fucking heavy.
Yeah. They were a heavy pair of pants.
Heavy.
Yeah.
They took Febreze like a motherfucker,
You
though.
could
Just give
not
them a little
wash-
squirt.
Just wicked it.
You couldn't wash more than like 2 pair at a time because like
Oh,
you
you're
get the,
wa- you're like-
in the dryer.
Well, that's the thing nowadays. Like with the skinny jeans, you can throw like 8 pair.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and I do.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When I wash them.
It's like, do they even get clean? Like
I-
they're just spinning around in a vat of its own filth.
Well, I feel like I wash the jeans I have now more than I ever did when I had JNCOs. Because I would just buy
those-
Febreze and
those-
spray the shit out of them.
yeah, just to nullify the adolescent farts that have been launched in them.
Or the
And you
dried
can
up
catch
jizz
so
from dry
many
humping.
farts in those.
But they're also
Dry hump jizz stains.
but JNCOs didn't smell as bad as skinny jeans because there was more ventilation
Of
going
course,
on.
you're not sweating as much.
Well, there were
through
literal
them.
pipes for everything to just go in and out of.
They were literally pipes, like exhaust pipes.
Yeah.
pipes.
Them JNCOs got Hemis. They just the farts would just fly out of the bottom of those JNCOs.
And you could blame it on somebody else because
You totally could. No one's
because the
gonna
bottoms
know.
were so
No one's
they were so
gonna
big.
man. So yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe it's time to wrap it up.
You
I
wanna
don't know.
wrap up, B?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Got anything else you need to talk about here? Josh, Joey, Robbie, anybody?
Bunker Club here soon. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook.
So okay, I've seen pictures that's been posted on the Instagram, and it's teasing me. It's pulling my dick a little bit, making me want to go. I mean, I'm gonna go,
Obviously,
but the size, is it going to be a small? Is it a small?
It's small. I don't know what
Would
our
you say,
cap is yet, but I mean,
drunken fry size small.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, about that size. We're non-smoking.
I
Which-
fucking
was-
love that.
Yeah,
That's
like
awesome.
that is a huge thing for
And
me.
no
like,
ray guns, obviously. I saw that on the
Oh,
window
none.
too. You can't bring your
None.
ray gun in there,
Don't bring your
or
ray
a
gun
regular
in.
gun,
Yeah, leave all guns and cigarettes
Please
at
don't
home.
do that.
Yeah.
and no vaping either. Which I think that's fucking
Oh
awesome.
my God,
that should be a
yeah.
thing that just happens everywhere.
I mean, it's starting to now,
Yeah.
because like I don't want to suck some shit in that like you've just
Have you
exhaled from
been
your
at a bar
lungs.
and like you're sitting at a bar talking to a friend, and then the dude next to you just goes, and it just. And now, thanks, man. Now I smell like Captain Crunch, whatever the fuck it is. Shit.
Waffles. or
Yeah,
whatever.
what the fuck it is.
God
Thanks, dude.
damn it, dude.
When I went to see the Deftones at
Criterion.
yeah, thank you.
Oh my God, how was that?
It was
show looked
amazing.
amazing.
Oh, it was fucking awesome.
It was.
That venue is terrible, but they were great.
I didn't hate it. I didn't hate the
it's
venue.
bare.
Have you
It
been
is
there?
bare.
Have you been there?
I have. I went and saw Schoolboy Q and Joey Badass there, and it was fucking awesome.
Bands are great. For some reason, it feels
Like sterile?
very sterile.
Okay.
And it feels like they're trying to they built this venue to look historic, but we all fucking know it was just built like a year ago.
I don't know, man. Like I didn't pick that up.
See, I
personally.
didn't either personally. Like I would like, man, the sound system was fucking awesome. Which like I'd heard like when Sturgill Simpson played there, which I'm pissed I missed.
Did you see his SNL performance?
No.
Dude. I heard his name before. I think I listened to him on Joe Rogan.
Mm-hmm.
I had never heard his music. I knew he was like sort of this like country-esque.
He's a CIA assassin too.
Is he really? Oh, well, fuck you.
No, there's a guy who there's a theory out there that he is an assassin.
No, that was Wheeler Walker Jr.
Yeah, Wheeler Walker Jr. is like,
who is also amazing.
Ben Hoffman much? I know the joke, Ben. You ain't fooling anybody.
I own that on vinyl.
It's pretty funny.
That is one of my favorite records.
I burned it for my dad.
Oh my God.
Because my dad likes country and he's a pervert. Like sort of.
Yeah, you
kind
gotta
of.
have a little pervert.
He's like a dadvert. Like he's like half dad, half pervert. He's not full on David's music, but he's like
right.
That's off the chart.
So did your dad really like the eating pussy and kicking ass song?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out at Texts of Dad on Instagram, by the way. This guy I know runs that. It's hilarious. It's only got like 7 followers.
Oh, shit.
Let's up that.
All right, let's up that.
Yeah. So I burned that for him, and he sent me a picture the other day, and it was a baby in a onesie, and it was right before my little nephew was born, and it was a baby in a onesie, and it said, you can just go to Texts of Dad to see it in all of its glory. He sends me these text messages. He just got his first iPhone like about a year ago.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah, like not even a month ago.
Were you flip phoning it? What were you doing?
I was razoring it.
Are you serious?
No, I.
Why don't you use one on your face there, buddy?
Face,
Come on, clean up.
Right? I can't.
Shit.
Have
a little
You got room
pride.
to talk there.
I can't do it.
What
up, mustache?
Yeah, I know. I look like a weirdo, but
Were you a Galaxy man? Were you an Android man?
So phone contracts and I never really got along all
Me
that
neither,
much.
man. Were you-
So-
we have a history.
Were you
Virgin Mobile.
Were you a Go phone man? I had a Virgin slider.
I did not have that. I had some sort of LG
So did
whatever, and had one of those nights where you you rage out on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, this screen's fucked, and like these phones are like that's the deal with Virgin. Like you got to pay up front for that for the phone because there's no contract.
Yeah, but you can go to a Target. This never fucking fails. I go because I always like seeing it. You go to the Target, you go to the electronics section, and the clearance thing it's on the end cap. There's always a Virgin, a Boost, or something on the end cap for like $20 plus 100 free minutes. And it's like a fucking, it's a phone.
It's a smartphone.
It's like a
smartphone.
It's like
for
a kind of
$20.
smartphone.
It's a kind of smart.
I like to call them stupid phones.
It's got a 2.5 grade point average. It's not dumb, but
Right.
it's not.
But it's
the
not
best.
like
It's not an
Right.
AP phone.
It's a public school phone.
Right.
That's what it is. But you can
Thanks,
definitely
Mary
get that and
Fallon.
like it's the fucking burner toss, and you could do it. You could do whatever you want on those.
Right. Well, so this
Ask
one,
our friend David.
You probably did.
Oh, always goes back.
Yeah.
So like I broke that one and was like, it kind of worked, but it was all like
Sure.
spider webby. And I was
Yeah.
like, all right, this sucks. I'm like, man, I really want an iPhone, but they're like $600. And they're like, hey, iPhone 5S, like $150. I was like, fuck it, man. Like,
Yep.
I was like, hey, I finally got an iPhone. And then
Yeah.
also me is like, welcome to 2013,
Right.
Joey.
Yeah.
Right.
But the 5S is fine. Like the size,
It's fine.
those sizes are the best.
See, everybody keeps saying, it's so small.
No, dude, it's
so
the best. 'Cause-
small.
Okay, here, try that.
But I have like cocktail weenie fingers.
Try pretending to do a text with one hand.
oh, yeah.
You can't do that shit with that.
Well, you can't do that to me because I have like carny hands.
Oh.
I have like itty bitty
You have
hands.
Trump hands. I'm sorry. I call it as I see it.
Listen, my friend has the most beautiful hands.
I've got the smallest hands ever, but it's okay because I think they're
That's-
huge.
That's a decent Trump.
That's like Woody Allen meets Donald Trump. But it's okay.
It's
They're
okay
huge.
because they're small, but
okay.
I like them.
My
Did I just go full Woody?
You're being a little Jewy with it, okay? I call it as I see it.
My hands are huge. Everybody loves them.
No, I often have this like burner phone fantasy, and I've talked
Oh,
about it on
dude,
the
yeah.
show before. Like, I have an iPhone. It's finally paid off. Like as of like actually this month, it's done. I pay no more. But I have that
And
fantasy.
now it's already out of date.
Yeah, it's fucking slow and old,
Yeah.
and like there's no cracks on the screen, but it's kind
Hey,
of
go buy a new one. No, this works.
No, but I have the fantasy of just like going to Walmart, get on that Straight Talk. Get me like a flip, dude. I just want to flip. I just want
Oh.
to text.
Like just text and call me.
I just want to I want to clack that phone shut, slide it in the JNCOs, call it a day.
The clack, like when you're on the phone with your girlfriend in high school because she doesn't understand, and you just go, you know what? Fuck you, Trish, and you just snap it shut.
Yep.
And then you toss it,
Shove it in the pocket.
Shove it in that.
Well, also like going back to your wallet hooked on the pocket, I used to clap the phone shut and kind of like
Yeah.
like
clip
Pac-Man
it
it
on
on
the
the pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
See,
Or the pager.
I never had a phone in high school, but I did have a two-way pager.
Oh, I had a pager. I
Alphanumeric?
never had a 2A. 2A is nice.
The
actual-
Motorola
yeah,
one,
the two ways.
the little mini laptop, and the only other person who had one that I could text was my brother.
Keeping the family
So
together.
it literally only
Yeah.
went 2 ways.
Yeah, and so we
So
would
that
just
was
like
kind of-
text each other in class. It was like, "Hey man, fuck you."
That's it. Yeah.
Like, what
That's
the
awesome.
fuck, man?
I just imagine the history is just like from Joey, fuck you, from Brother Powell, fuck you, like back and forth.
Shout out to Sparky.
Sparky Powell?
Sparky
Oh,
Powell.
that's a sweet name.
Sparky P.
Sparky P.
So yeah, man. Oh yeah, I had written down old foam. But we talked about that. I do miss the simpler days.
Dude, I thought about that too. We were in we were buying stuff for me and my wife do this pop-up shop. We do a vintage shop. We did one at Speakeasy last weekend.
Ooh.
But we are very last minute and we needed tags for these shirts because we got some new inventory. And literally day of, we're like, well, I guess we're gonna get those fucking tags. So we go to an Office Depot and we see like
Zooks.
they got Zooks, and they had this little spindle rack of Go phone kind of things. And my wife just kind of points and she goes, "Flip phone," and I go, "It's $9." And she goes, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "It's $9, and there's like 100 minutes on it." Like $9 for just the fucking flip. And I mean, it's one of them had like a digital screen, so it tells you the time, and then you flip it open. We've all had those.
Remember back in the I mean, Patton Oswalt had that whole thing about like how like, you know, going back like 10 years ago, like think about this. And like, I mean, now that doesn't mean much because 10 years ago was 2007, which still fucking.
There was an iPhone back then.
Facebook started.
I know, it's fucking crazy. But like, think like, man, like having like a phone that can get on the goddamn internet. Now you can go pick one up for like
$150.
$150.
Yeah.
You have the world in your pocket.
This phone is actually better than my computer right now.
Dang.
Yeah, I got a Mac Mini. I think my phone and my computer are on the same page.
Your phone takes better photos.
iBook G4.
Because my Mac Mini.
What? For
it
real?
just shit out on me. Like just now after like 13 years.
And the worst is the moment where you know you have to buy another one.
I know.
Not that you will, but like you got to start shopping.
Did it shit out on the moment your computer? Like, do you have?
I mean, I shit on it and then it shit out.
Like he
No.
crammed a turd into the CD slot.
well, no,
Like this can fit. It's fine.
it's gonna work.
It's good.
I'll see if I can download it.
I gotta send this to someone.
But do you have like important files and documents?
I do, but I've
You
got
have
a
128
friend-
gigs on there.
I upgraded the shit out of that thing.
Oh yeah,
As much as I possibly could.
Yeah.
Which was like
Not
a
much.
gig, like 128 of RAM.
Yeah.
That's as much as it'll possibly take. I think I've got like the biggest hard drive it would take was like 120 gigs.
yeah.
Filled to the brim
With porn.
with porn.
Children. No, porn and children. Like pictures of your family, but also
I
porn.
run David's Music Plus, all right?
No,
But
you're
also
making the
porn.
jump here. I'm talking about you had photos of your family and pornography.
There might be a few on there.
right.
Mainly it was music. And the sad
Music
thing was
downloads,
my iPod Classic held more music than my computer.
I still rock the iPod Classic, dude. I still have the click wheel. It's 120 gigger, and man, gigger. And man, I love it. I love it. I
will never get rid of that.
I love the sound of the click coming
Sure.
through my car stereo.
Was it but was it the one that pulls up like the artwork?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a color screen.
Yeah.
Color screen. Love it. I love it. Like, I love this thing. There is, man, like, I've had an iPod Touch.
Yeah.
And there's just something about, and it's so small and it's so beat up. Like, it is.
just like scratched.
It looks
and-
like a fucking
But it
brick.
works.
Like, it's just
It's like
terrible.
a garage door opener.
Do you have to keep it plugged in at all times?
No, still holds a charge.
Like a
it
good-
holds a charge for like weeks.
That's awesome.
You know, even broken ones like sell for like money.
I've got one.
crazy.
I've got one that we bought at the Half Price Books for like $20, and we had to upload shit on it, and it dropped. And the actual shell of it still works, but we don't have it put. Why? I could do it on my phone.
I got phone
Just do it.
shit,
I
man.
got
Yeah,
Spotify. I got Spotify, dude. But Spotify doesn't play everything.
And I don't have.
Spotify don't play records. Shout out to Guest Room Records.
That's right. And I don't have unlimited data either. I'm
Me
cheap.
neither.
You do?
Oh yeah, see that's one of the beauty parts of it. Shout out Virgin Mobile.
Cool. Hold on. Sell me on Virgin
Let's
Mobile.
just shout out everything.
How much are you paying, and what are you getting?
$40 a month, unlimited data, unlimited text, unlimited talk.
I'm paying
And $150 up front.
$150 up front.
Dude, I'm getting rid of my shit.
Where?
I'm
Where
done.
did you buy?
On the website.
I'm doing that shit tomorrow.
Dude, fuck
Do it.
that.
I will change my phone number for the first time since
No, you can keep
1994.
it. You can
You
port
can keep your phone number.
You can port your number. Okay,
What's
I'm
that
paying,
number?
Look at this face.
I'm paying $200 a month for my fucking phone.
For
And
one
fucking-
phone?
No, for both of ours together.
So you're paying $100 a month.
I'm paying $100 a month,
Dump
but
that
I only get like 2 gigs a month. And it's
Oh
fine
yeah,
shit.
that ain't shit.
No, dude, I'm dumping
No.
it. I'll downgrade. I'll downgrade.
We'll talk. Come on, Virgin. Pay me some money.
Seriously,
Come on.
you're
Shout out
sponsored.
Virgin. I'll go back to Virgin. I really enjoyed it when I had it. You had to go to stores and buy cards for minutes. What am I, David Letterman
you
over here?
outside.
I know you're
outside.
Show
Show. There are cards
God,
flying
I wish we were a
everywhere,
video
people.
podcast because that was great.
All right.
Oh my
All
god,
right.
that was amazing,
Again, shout out to Anthem. This shit's falling apart.
dude.
We're gonna
Nick
go-
and Anthem.
That's the news,
Best
and
together.
I am out of here.
Yeah.
Joey, thank you so much for coming.
Oh my
by,
god, this
man.
was so much fun.
This was a lot of fun.
This was amazing.
Bye.
See ya.